Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pearce Clune. I'm the Marketing Director for Dell. To pick up on what Ryan just mentioned, I believe we are on a stage of true optimism. I think the presentations yesterday looked very, very clearly that we are in the right place at the right time, from a geographic perspective and from a growth perspective. I thought some of the presentations were really, really great, looking at where the PC is going, where the notebooks are going. But also one thing that was very key yesterday was actually how complimentary people were about the retail sector. Okay? The retail sector within the Middle East is really thriving. It's growing faster than the market. It's outstripping the market, not only though in terms of just unit volumes, in terms of quality as well. Okay? And I think it was really nice to hear about how the retail sector is considered to be a much, much higher quality sector here than it is in so-called developed markets. Okay? So with that, I'm going to talk to you this morning a little bit about Dell, and Dell in the particular context of retail and power retail. We are at a stage where we are growing incredibly fast, and Dell has been growing very fast for the last number of years in this region. Power retail remains a very, very key tenet to our growth strategy. So what I'll do is I'll take you through a little bit of the growth strategy, a little bit of what makes Dell a little bit unique as a value proposition to retail. I'll also give a little bit of an insight into our products and some of the future products, which we'll just touch upon to give you the comfort of where we're going from a product perspective. And then what we'll do is we'll look at a little bit of data about really looking at the opportunity and the tools that we have on offer to retailers to be able to grasp that growth opportunity that we talked about. But simply put, if we look at the list of customers that we have, just to put Dell into context, there's some really impressive figures here. A long time ago, well, not that long ago actually, we used to be a direct business. Okay? We did not use the channel, and largely speaking, we didn't use retail. Okay? It was purely done online and through our call centers. This is how we sold. Our business model has changed. It's changed very significantly over the last number of years, so much so that Michael Dell is now a self-proclaimed channel convert. Okay? We are today selling about $13 billion a year through the channel. Okay? We sell through about 140 countries in the channel, and we have in excess of 120 different channel, or 120,000 channel partners. Okay? Michael Dell is clearly stated that we are here for good, we're here for the long term in the channel. When others were talking about potentially pulling out, we actually confirmed our commitment to the channel and to retail. It's a really key way and a really key channel for us to be able to do what we do. So, for example, we service 10 million small businesses. Okay? We have 10,000 Dell units that ship every single day. Some other interesting facts here. 24 of the 25 most high traffic websites are powered by Dell servers. Okay? So it really is, it's a key part of having all the different channels covered. Okay? If we look at where we're going in terms of a strategy, in terms of our vision, really it's very, very simple. It's all about delivering technology solutions that enable people to grow and to thrive. Okay? Now, what does that really mean when you break that down? If we really break that down into the enablers, the result of this is that Dell's ambition is to be able to give you the power to do more. Basically, it means to be able to make complex things simple, to drive inefficiency out, to bring down the total cost of ownership. And this is what we're all about. It's about using standard-based technologies to be able to drive these inefficiencies out. But I did mention before that we have quite a few unique factors within Dell. One of them is our ability to actually get customer insights. We talk to customers tens or hundreds of thousands of times every single day through our online stores, through our call centers, through our channel partners, through our retailers, etc. And we welcome this feedback. And this feedback that we get through multiple different channels, such as this is an online idea storm, but also actually we use multiple other feedback channels as well, such as the social media, social networking. And with all that feedback, we gather all of it, and then we drive that into our product group to be able to drive innovation and to be able to design products which are really customer-centric. And this is how our design process works. We find what customers want, and then we design around the segmentation of our customers. That allows us to be able to claim that every year for the last 5 consecutive years, Dell has won more product awards for design and innovation than any other vendor in the industry. Okay? And we intend to do the same again this year and make it the 6th year in a row that we have actually outperformed the industry in terms of design awards. These are just some of the awards here that we get awarded on an ongoing basis. But with that, when we talk about quality of products, it really is key that we're driving in the innovation. And there's some I've put up here this morning. One is what we call these switch lids, okay? So actually what you can do is you can just push a button, you take off the lid, and you can place a different lid on. We're the only ones in the industry who've brought the PC to that level of personalization. We've also brought out on our XPS range the thinnest 15-inch notebook in the world. We have now with our XPS 13, our Ultrabook, which has just been launched, which my colleague very ably presented to the crowd this morning. But not only is it just on design, if we look at the quality of our products as well, some things that are really relevant to this region here, the fact that we do fairly brutal cold testing and hot testing, okay, to ensure that we can withstand the extreme temperatures. If I look at things like our keyboards, 10 million touches. Our touchpads, 1 million tests. Our hinges, a lot of the competition, this is the problem area where the hinges tend to be the vulnerable point. Again, on this, 20,000 times we open and close the lid to test it before it goes to market. And the same with our ports, which are all tested 5,000 times. These are just examples of the kind of rigorous testing that Dell puts all its products through to be able to offer you the best quality of products and then backed up with best in class or best in industry services organization. To take you through the brand portfolio, Inspiron, there's some really notable ones here. Inspiron is getting larger and larger, and today is the largest notebook and desktop brand in the world. Okay, this is our mainstream brand. It's all about personalization, very much towards general usage of family or students. As we move up the scale, then we move into the XPS, which is really all about design. And as I mentioned earlier, when the 60 seconds to convince was done, from a product design perspective and from an uncompromising performance perspective, this really is best in class across the industry. And we will continue this train of thought on our XPS. I always find it slightly amusing when other people talk about gaming and having power, and nobody mentions Alienware, because frankly speaking, this is just out on its own. Everything we do here is the most powerful in the world. So every one of the notebooks are the most powerful notebooks in the world, and every one of the desktops that we do in Alienware are the most powerful in the world. So this is really about uncompromising gaming supremacy. Again, putting this into the context of a retail approach, the Vostro, I reckon, gives us quite a big opportunity. This is the #1 small business brand in the world, both for notebooks and desktops. And it's something which in this region, I think is still gives us an opportunity to be able to grow that SMB part of the business in large format retail as well. So I think this is something that we will continue to explore. And then moving up into the higher corporates, into the Latitude and Optiplex, and then obviously with our workstations on Dell Precision. I'm going to back up for a moment and just talk about Inspiron, because of the fact that Inspiron is the major brand that we actually operate through and we sell through in retail and in the channel in this region. Inspiron, we've now actually split it into 4 different pillars. And this is a new architecture which some of you may not be quite aware of as yet. But we have obviously our value space, and then we have our Inspiron R, which is really our mainstream, driven on personalization. And this is where, again, the interchangeable lids, latest technologies, etc. We're getting stronger, and we're actually increasing our offerings in what we call our Z range. And this is really the thin and powerful Inspirons, okay? Very much focused towards students, about all-day battery life, social connectivity, really ease of use, light, thin, truly, truly mobile. And again, I think as that part of the market continues to grow, we'll be putting more and more focus, and you'll see more products coming through on that side. On the multimedia side, again, this is a relatively new departure because this has traditionally been the territory of XPS, about best-in-class multimedia. So now we're actually taking this into Inspiron, making it a little bit more affordable and still driving best-in-class audio, graphics, and performance with the mainstream price points of an Inspiron. So it's very, very exciting. I think as we see some new technologies coming through on Intel with the 3rd generation coming, you're going to see a whole refresh of roadmaps and a whole refresh of products coming through that are really going to offer some really exciting opportunities for both retail and for ourselves. This is just a sneak preview. This is where our XPS line is going. Only the XPS 13 has been launched to date, but as you can see there, we're quite committed to uncompromising design, uncompromising power, and the sleek designs of the other models that you see there. I won't talk about it too much, but you will see these coming in the second half of the year. Just for one moment to talk about the opportunity again, there's about 3 million units are sold across the Middle East, all formats. If we look at retail, about 1.2 million of that is a retail representation of this. You can see here that the retail market is outgrowing the market by about 50%. Okay, so the year-on-year market growth is about 20%, retail is 31%. Okay, within this, the Dell share in retail is up to about 23% in key Middle Eastern markets. So my message to you is very clear. If you as retailers are underrepresented, or if, for example, Dell is not representing up to 23 to 25% of your portfolio, we need to talk, because then we've got a lot of headroom to be able to grow that opportunity. Okay? If I look across all channels, 1 in 5 Dell notebooks, or 1 in 5 notebooks sold in the Middle East are Dell. Okay? So if you're not around that 20 to 25% mix of Dell, then really please talk to myself, talk to my team. You know, there's a big team here today from across the region. So please, there is opportunity to continue to grow this. There's a whole range of tools and programs in terms of rebate programs, as well as also looking at some of the tools we have in terms of online pricing, ordering, marketing tools, sales tools, etc. And I'll just finish up by showing some examples of some of the demand generation activities that we've been doing in the last couple of months. This is around the launch of our XPS Ultrabook, the store-in-store concept, which I'm sure many of you have seen in some of the key outlets in Dubai retail. So with that, I'm conscious of time, so I'm going to finish up on that. I want to take the opportunity to thank every one of you here in this room today who have supported Dell for the last number of years. We thank you for your business. We look forward to your continued support and your continued engagement as we move forward. Please do take the opportunity. We have a product suite in the Meridian as well. So please do come, talk to us. Let us show you in a little bit more detail a glimpse into the future of where we're going on our product side. And let's sit down. As I said, if we do have opportunity and we have headroom for growth, if you are not selling 20 to 25% of your retail mix as a minimum as a Dell vendor, then we definitely have opportunities for growth, and we have the tools to make it happen. So with that, I shall hand back to you, Ryan. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.